Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to make a really cool DIY Christmas gift or holiday gift out of this little wooden frame that I found at the thrift store. It was only $1 and I thought it would be a fun way to make something unique for Christmas. We're going to start by covering the glass. Because the wood edging goes all the way down and we want to make it completely covered, we're going to take our painter's tape and cover as much of the glass as possible. This is going to protect against any excess paint and it'll save a lot of time at the end because we won't have to scrape the paint off the glass, especially after we seal it. You can also use masking tape if you don't have painter's tape. I have the wide green painter's tape, but it does come in a skinnier version as well, which would probably have been a little helpful in this case. So right now I'm going to have to just pull it back and trim it. Now, if you do like I did and end up with this little gap, that's okay because we can go ahead and fill that in with the piece that goes across. So again, we're just going to trim it all and cover all of the glass. There's another big gap, but that's okay. Once we run the tape across the other side, we should be able to cover that up. And we can always use little pieces to fill it in. So let's go ahead and put the other side in. And you do want to tuck it under the little wooden ledge. There is a teeny tiny little gap. So just like when you're painting a house with the painter's tape, you want to get it right in there. Okay, so we got that piece down, and now we just have to go in and fill in the little corners. Once we do that, we will be ready to get started. So I'm going to cut it in half because, yeah, it probably would have been easier for me to use the skinny tape. But as we're in a lockdown where I am, I wasn't able to get to the store. Okay, we're going to go ahead and paint this with a couple coats of just white acrylic paint. We always want to paint everything white first because it'll make the color pop. But in this case, I'm going to do a candy cane frame. So painting it white is going to be the white stripes. That way I just have to go back in and do the red stripes. And it does need 2 coats. So you can see with the first coat, you can see the wood coming through. And here I go. I'm going to paint the inside edges. This is why taping it off was so important. If I didn't have the tape, I'd have to go back in and scrape all of those stripes off. So let's go ahead and give it a nice, good couple coats of white paint. Perfect. So now you can see how it's a lot brighter white and it's fairly even. Now we're going to go ahead and draw with a pencil the stripes. Now you can use a ruler or a flat edge. I actually have this little plastic tag thing from Ardennes, a jewelry store here, and it is the perfect width. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw out where the stripes will be. And the great thing with this is it lines up perfectly. It's the same size as the frame. So we're going to start with the corners and then just go all the way around. And again, it lines up so perfectly. But again, you can use a ruler, you can do anything. And if you make a mistake with the lines, that's okay. You can erase them, you can paint over them. And we're just going to go all the way around, and this just is the perfect fit. I'm so fortunate that I had kept this. And we'll just go around and draw the lines all the way around. And once we're done, we're going to paint every other square with red. See how it lines up perfect? All right, there we go. So as you can see, I made a mistake too, but that's okay. We can touch that up and paint over. The red acrylic paint I have is called Christmas Red. Perfect for painting candy canes. So let's give that a little shake, shake, shake. And we'll go ahead. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful red. And we're going to go ahead and as evenly as possible start painting the stripes. And again, if you screw it up or if you go over the lines, it's perfectly okay. You can always touch it up once it's dried. So we're going to go ahead and do every other stripe. Okay, so we will start with one corner and work our way around. And we're just going to go along the edge just as neatly as possible. And again, I had to do some touch-ups, so it's okay. And we will just paint it out. And this will need at least 2 coats to make sure that it's nice and covered, because as you can see, the white is coming through. Now remember, you have to get the outside edges as well. Otherwise, they're just going to be plain white. So we're going to go around, and I already have touch-ups to do. And we'll just go on and do the next one. Let me count them. Okay, I can't do 4 corners, so I'm going to have to just start here. Okay. And we will go again, and we're trying to go as evenly as possible. Now, as you can see, the bottom and the top portions of the frame on this one, they are pretty even, but the long sides have the wood grain, so the paint is going to bleed. So again, that's okay. We can always fix that with touch-ups. So now we have it all the way around after 3 to 4 coats. So we're going to go ahead and seal it. And we're going to seal it with Mod Podge and add some glitter to make it sparkle. We're going to go and put the glossy Mod Podge because I want it to shine. And we're just going to start painting all around it with the sealant. And we're just going to squeeze it right on there. My bottle's getting a little empty. Oh, got some paint. There we go. And we will put a nice coat on all around the edges, making sure you have some paper underneath. You want the paper to protect your surface, and it's going to help with the glitter. Because once we sprinkle the glitter, you can use the paper to funnel up all the extra glitter. So now that we have it coated, this glitter has a little shaker top. So let me just get that open. And open. And it's a little stuck. Sorry, hold on. Here we go. And we're just going to shake it all the way around. That's the good thing with these shake top glitters. The reason we're putting it onto the wet Mod Podge is because Mod Podge is a glue and water based sealant, so the glitter will stick. When you're working with glitter, it can get really, really messy, so I like just putting it right on the Mod Podge. And as you can see, I do have some glitter on the paper, and once I'm done, I can just pick up the paper and funnel it back into the container so that I don't end up with glitter everywhere, because glitter will go everywhere. So we'll sprinkle it on, and because the Mod Podge is still wet, we can take our paintbrush and just smooth it all out so that we don't end up with these big clumps, and we'll just squeeze it all or spread it all around. There we go. Smooth it out. That'll give it a nice glitter. And as I'm doing that, I'm getting more glitter onto the paper. So we'll get all the way around, get into the corners, and around the outside edge. Once we put the second layer of Mod Podge, it's actually going to seal the glitter. So you'll be able to pick up the frame and not get glitter all over yourself. As the person crafting and as the person receiving the gift, that's a great thing. So now that it's all dry, with the second coat, you can actually touch it without the glitter. We're going to go ahead now and peel off the tape and see all the paint coming off. And there is a little bit on the edges, so we will have to do some scraping. But oh, it's a lot easier than if we didn't have it. Oh, there it has stuck down. Okay, so let's pull off all of the large pieces, and it's so much easier to do this. There we go. And we're just going to have to just trim up a little bit in the corner. So for that, you can just use your finger to push it down or a pair of scissors. There's still a little bit there. Perfect. So now it's all cleaned up, and we can go ahead and give this as a gift. You can put your picture in it, your pet. You can even draw a picture. And anyone would love to receive this wonderful DIY gift from you. It's fast, it's easy, and it really only costs a couple dollars. You can also paint it in any color scheme you want. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for crafting with us, and we will see you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe.